Hackney used to be a village outside of London until the city grew and swallowed it with suburbs, like many other parts of the capital. This is why there is a 16th century church tower next to the railway line, corporation, bus garage and shopping centre, such as the smorgasbord of history that gives this city and its parts their mixed characters. Another feature of England is the Disused Burial Grounds Act 1884, which states that nothing can be built on an old grave site but an extension to an house of worship that is already there. Here at St John Hackney, when it became full of the centuries of London dead, they turned it into a park or garden cemetery, moving the bodies, putting the gravestones up against the walls, so now the drunks argue next to a 19th century epitaph, and the young and angry lovers relating do so on top of a 17th century Jacobean family tomb. And now it's an eternal green space in the built-up centre of a gumbo of the B-list of characters who are going to make this metropolis of London different from the rest of the world's great cities. The Hackney Church Brewery and the railway garages, because Jesus turned the water into wine. A street of Grade 2 listed Georgian houses, because the uppies like some flavour of the past to put the prices up on their investments. A 16th century half-millennia-old Tudor house and modern brick, as it was then, because an Elizabethan courtier wished to impress his noble neighbours with his taste and sophistication, which decayed over the centuries until the neglect was graffitied over when it was squatted in the 1980s new wave music scene, and then they renovated and preserved the graffiti, as that is modern history. Round the corner from the Society of Mammals, a green charity that wishes to preserve the hedgehog and other small furry creatures. Mothers and children and passers-by in their variegated colours of modern London, 400 years after the silk-weaving French arrived, taking a walk in the park cemetery, because where else in the world would they build an infant school next to the monuments of a mass of graves, with the living amongst the dead to the past as decoration to the future, here in central Hackney, London. They always build fences round gardens, of course, to keep people out, I agree. They always build walls round a prison because, well, if they didn't, well, where would they be? With that there is nothing amiss, but will you please tell me this? Why build a wall round a graveyard when nobody wants to go in? Why build a wall round a graveyard when nobody can really get out? It may be a beautiful haven of rest, but you know you'll be a permanent guest. So why build a wall round a graveyard when nobody wants to go in? Here lies the body of Jenny McDoug. Whilst having a bath she slipped down the floor. Here lies the body of old Stoker Joe. He was stoking up here, now he's stoking below. Here lies the drinker, a father of 10. He'd be with us now, but he didn't know when. Here lies an heavyweight under the ground, with a circular saw only lasted one round. Here lies the butcher named Timothy White. A nice bit of skirt quickly put out his lights. Charlie the taxi man lies over there. Wherever he's gone to, he'll pay his own fare. Here's a contortionist fit as to Pete. He tried his best to make both his ends meet. Millie the milkmaid would be with us now. if she hadn't mistaken the bull for a cow. R.I.P. There's another good fellow gone west. R.I.P. with a blinking great slab on his chest. So why build a wall round a graveyard when nobody wants to go in? Why build a wall round a graveyard when nobody can really get out? With a slab on your chest and an half-ton of clay, the traffic is certain to be all one way. So why build a wall round a graveyard when nobody wants to go in? Why build a wall round a graveyard when nobody can really get out?